If you are over 60 and you are trying to eat well, I need to tell you something with a lot of love and a lot of honesty. Some of the fruits you have trusted for years may not be helping your body the way you think they are. And I know that can feel confusing because we have all been told our whole lives that fruit is always healthy, always safe, always a smart choice. But our bodies change. What worked at 30 does not always work the same way at 60, 65, or 70. I learned that lesson the hard way in my own 50s, when my body started reacting to foods in ways I did not understand. I was exhausted, puffy, wide awake at 3 in the morning, and doing all the right things on paper. So today, I want to walk you through 4 fruits that may be worth limiting after 60. And 4 that can truly support your energy, your brain, your joints, and your blood sugar in a gentler, wiser way. And as we get started, I would really love for you to think about this with me. What fruit do you eat most often right now? And have you ever noticed that after certain foods you feel bloated, foggy, shaky, or just not quite like yourself? Sometimes your body is whispering long before it starts shouting. Let's start with one that surprises a lot of people: grapes. Grapes look innocent, don't they? They are small, sweet, easy to grab, and they feel lighter than dessert. A lot of women keep them in the fridge thinking, this is such a healthy snack. But here's the issue. Grapes are very easy to overeat, and because they are naturally high in sugar and not especially filling, they can send blood sugar up quickly and then leave you dragging a little while later. And after 60, that roller coaster can feel much stronger. You may notice an energy crash, cravings, shakiness, or that strange tired and hungry feeling that makes you reach for more food even though you just ate. That is not a character flaw. That is a body asking for steadier fuel. There is another concern too. Grapes are one of those fruits that can carry a heavier pesticide load unless you are buying organic and washing very carefully. I am not trying to make you fearful. I just want you to be aware, because in this season of life, reducing the body's burden matters. A much better everyday choice, in my opinion, is blueberries. They are gentler on blood sugar, rich in antioxidants, and they support the brain beautifully. So if grapes are your go-to, try swapping them for a small bowl of blueberries a few days a week, and notice how you feel. More stable energy, less snacking, less of that afternoon slump. Now let's talk about pineapple. Pineapple is one of those fruits that gets a very healthy reputation. People talk about enzymes, digestion, and tropical freshness. But for many older adults, pineapple can be irritating. It is acidic, and for sensitive stomachs, that matters. If you deal with reflux, heartburn, a burning feeling in the chest, or that sour taste in the throat, pineapple may be making things worse. And I want to pause here because so many women in midlife and beyond start having more digestive sensitivity. It is not in your head. Your stomach, your gut, and your whole digestive system may be more delicate now than they were 20 years ago. So a food that once felt fine may now leave you uncomfortable. Pineapple is also easy to overdo because it tastes so fresh and sweet. But for someone watching blood sugar, large servings can become a problem very quickly. And if you are taking multiple medications, it is always wise to talk with your doctor or pharmacist about foods that may interact with them. That is not being dramatic. That is being smart. If you want something tropical without as much irritation, papaya is often a kinder option. It tends to be easier on digestion, softer in texture, and less likely to leave you feeling that acidic burn. I always say, the healthiest food is not the one with the best reputation. It is the one your body can actually handle well. The third fruit may be even more surprising: oranges. Now, before anyone panics, I am not saying an orange has never helped anybody. What I am saying is that daily citrus can be a problem for some older adults, especially if you have sensitive teeth, acid reflux, mouth irritation, or certain medication concerns. As we age, enamel becomes more vulnerable. So if your teeth have become more sensitive over the years, acidic fruits like oranges may be part of the picture. And for women already dealing with dry mouth, gum issues, or dental work, that matters more than people realize. Some women also notice more joint discomfort or digestive irritation when they lean heavily on acidic foods. Is that true for every person? No. But if your knees ache, your stomach feels off, or your mouth feels sore and you cannot figure out why, it may be worth paying attention. And here's the other thing. A lot of people eat oranges for vitamin C, which makes perfect sense. But oranges are not the only way to get vitamin C. Red bell peppers, strawberries, and other colorful foods can give you plenty without the same acid load. So if oranges are a daily habit for you, especially first thing in the morning or around medication time, try rotating in other vitamin C-rich foods and see whether your body feels calmer. This is what I mean when I say age is just the beginning. We are not giving up. We are getting smarter. Now let's talk about bananas. This one gets people every single time because bananas are treated like the perfect health food. Easy, cheap, filling, portable. But ripe bananas can raise blood sugar quickly, especially when eaten alone. And many women over 60 are already dealing with insulin resistance without even realizing it. They just know they feel tired after meals, hungry again too soon, or foggy in the afternoon. Bananas can also be constipating for some people, particularly if digestion is already slow. And let's be honest, sluggish digestion becomes much more common in this stage of life. If you are not going regularly, if you feel bloated, if your stomach feels heavy, your body is telling you something. And while bananas do have potassium, they are not the only source. Avocados, cooked sweet potatoes, beans, leafy greens. There are many beautiful foods that support potassium without the same sugar hit. So those are the 4 fruits I would be cautious with after 60. Grapes, pineapple, oranges, and bananas. Not because they are evil, not because you can never touch them again, but because for many older adults, they can quietly work against the very things we are trying to protect. Steady energy, good digestion, comfortable joints, balanced blood sugar, and clear thinking. Now let's turn the page because this is the hopeful part. There are also fruits that can work with your body in a deeply supportive way. The first is pomegranate. Pomegranate is one of those foods that feels almost magical, and I do not say that lightly. Those ruby seeds are packed with plant compounds that support circulation, help calm inflammation, and may even support healthy aging at the cellular level. I love that pomegranate feels vibrant. It feels alive. It feels like nourishment with a pulse. If you ever feel like your brain is a little slower than it used to be, or your energy just does not have the same spark, pomegranate can be a beautiful addition. You can sprinkle the seeds on yogurt, toss them into a salad, or have a small glass of unsweetened juice diluted with water. It does not have to be fancy. It just has to be consistent. Next, blueberries. If I could recommend one fruit to almost every woman in this community, blueberries would be very close to the top. They are wonderful for the brain, helpful for blood sugar, and rich in antioxidants that support the whole body. I think of them as tiny little protectors. Blueberries are especially lovely because they are easy. Fresh or frozen, both work. Stir them into oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, spoon them over plain yogurt, or just enjoy a small bowl in the afternoon instead of something sugary that leaves you crashing later. So many women tell me they want to feel sharp again. They want to remember names, walk into a room and know why they are there, finish a sentence without losing their thought. And while no single food is magic, blueberries are one of those steady, quiet habits that can truly support brain health over time. Third on my list, cherries. Cherries are wonderful for women dealing with inflammation, achy joints, poor sleep, or all 3 at once. And let me tell you, that combination is incredibly common. If you are not sleeping well, everything hurts more. If everything hurts more, you move less. If you move less, You feel stiffer, lower, older. It becomes a loop. Cherries can be a helpful part of breaking that loop. Tart cherries in particular have been studied for their support with inflammation and sleep. Some women enjoy a small serving of tart cherry juice in the evening. Others use frozen cherries in smoothies or keep fresh cherries on hand when they are in season. What I love most is that cherries support more than one system at once. They can help with recovery, with soreness, with that worn down feeling so many women carry without even naming it. And finally, my favorite on this list, avocado. Yes, avocado is a fruit, and it is one of the best ones you can eat after 60. It is rich in healthy fats, supportive for the brain, satisfying for the body, and far gentler on blood sugar than the sweet fruits we talked about earlier. Avocado helps nourish without that spike and crash pattern. For women in midlife and beyond, this matters so much. Your hormones are changing. Your metabolism may be less forgiving. Your brain and nervous system need real nourishment. Avocado gives you that. It also helps you absorb nutrients from other foods better. So when you put avocado on a salad or alongside vegetables, your body can use those nutrients more effectively. That is one of the reasons I love simple meals that pair healthy fat with fiber and color. They are not trendy. They are just wise. You can have avocado on toast, with eggs, in a salad, mashed into a dip, or sliced beside fish or chicken. It is easy, satisfying, and deeply supportive. So here is the heart of what I want to leave you with today. Getting older does not mean food stops mattering. In many ways, it matters more. But it also means we have to stop using one-size-fits-all thinking. A fruit that sounds healthy in a magazine headline may not be the best everyday choice for your body now. And that is not loss, that is wisdom. You have spent your whole life caring for others. It is time to care for yourself with that same devotion. Start noticing what gives you energy and what drains it. What helps you feel steady and what leaves you foggy? What supports your sleep, your mood, your digestion, your joints, your confidence? Because vibrant does not have an age limit. Sometimes the smallest shifts create the biggest change. A bowl of blueberries instead of grapes, avocado instead of banana, cherries in the evening instead of something overly sweet, pomegranate added to your week as a little act of nourishment and hope. That is how health is rebuilt. Not through punishment, not through fear, through attention, through compassion, through one loving choice at a time. And if nobody has told you this lately, let me be the one to say it. Your body is not betraying you. It is communicating with you. And the more gently you listen, the more clearly it speaks. Age is just the beginning.